How's it going?
Hey everybody,
Well, hello there.
welcome to the 2024 mock draft, our first one.
Yeah, the draft's a month away.
So only one. No, I'm just kidding. Of
Yeah,
course
no,
this is
we'll
gonna
do
be the
another
other
one. Well, now that free agency's over, we figured now would be a better time to do this to see
got-
what everybody needs. Like Aaron Donald just retired. Free agency's got picked up, obviously.
This
We
is
got
kind of
running
the dead
backs.
zone now.
Yeah, so this is now like okay, now we can make an accurate projection of what we think might happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you get a little more accurate once free agency's over.
Yeah.
Once all the cuts happen.
Yeah, because
Well, there's still moves that were happening days after free agency, like Keenan Allen getting traded.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was sad.
Mike
Mike Williams getting released.
I want to bring that one up
Mike Williams getting released.
just because.
Well, I mean, we have a lot of cap space now, so that's good for us.
So rules for this mock draft. I got even. You got odd,
Yeah, because I'm an odd fellow.
and no trades right now. Because it's a little tough to tell what the trades are going to look like. I know some people are doing trades, and it's probably more than likely the Vikings probably going to try and want to move up.
Yeah, this mock draft's more like a rough draft kind of draft. It feels like. You know what I mean? Like you have a paper, you have a rough draft, and before the final draft.
No, this is final draft.
All right, no,
We only do finality here.
Okay, so that means the next mock draft we do, we're gonna pick the same exact picks.
No, that's our new
Yeah,
final
let's-
draft. That's a new final draft.
that's our redo. Enough of the playful banter. Well, I mean,
God, that was painful to listen to.
what?
It was like a rough draft.
That was
A
not.
rough draft?
That was not painful to listen
What
to.
is
at
this? What is this? School?
God.
All right. So with the first pick,
With the
got-
first pick,
I think it's pretty obvious who's going to
yeah,
go.
it's looking more and more likely. Seeing that Fields is now gone and now a Pittsburgh Steeler, which, by the way, Mike Tomlin did a rave review of him today. But we're talking about the Bears right now. Caleb Williams is be the first quarterback off the board.
I mean, very predictable.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should pick Jaden Daniels personally because
Oh, you're one of those guys, huh?
Caleb Williams never won a bowl game.
Who cares?
I do. Like that. Like how do you know? How do you know you can win in big moments?
How do you know you can win in big
Oh
moments?
yeah, you can win the Pac-12. Great. Oh, and the Big 12. Cool. You can win in those two places. Those are pretty easy compared to the SEC and the Big 10.
Okay, well, you're drafting for future performance.
Anyways, this is my draft pick. I think he's going first overall, regardless of what I think. The real question is,
We should draft who you think is going to go first overall. You shouldn't
Well, I
draft
mean-
based on consensus. Consensus, you're wrong. I think Caleb Williams is going to be
mean-
the first overall pick with flying colors.
yeah, I know he's gonna be the first overall pick, but I think Jaden Daniels is a better prospect. That's
He's
all I'm
landing a
saying.
good. No, Caleb Williams is really landing a good spot now. They got DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. They got DeAndre Swift in free agency.
Matt Eberflus.
I mean,
Head
who
coaches head coaches can make or break a team, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Who knows? They might be good.
Who knows?
You never know. So that leads us to our pick. Now, I think in our initial stages of crafting this mock draft, we were gonna do Drake May, because people are enamored with Drake May's talent. He says he's the next
Yeah.
Justin Herbert. I'm gonna zig where everybody else is zagging, and I'm gonna take. Where is he?
Well, they haven't dropping that far.
Where is he?
I know you pick
I'm gonna have him take Jaden Daniels.
Really?
Out of Louisiana State University.
Really?
Yeah, mostly because we were talking about this in our initial mock draft. I feel that the Warriors organization that they got, like the president and all that stuff.
Oh, he's gonna want.
They're gonna want their Curry, right? And then Jaden Daniels is a Heisman Trophy winner. Obviously, I mean, dude, he's a beast. Like, Jaden Daniels is clearly a great quarterback.
Oh no, he's fantastic. I think he should go before Caleb Williams. In all honesty, but
yeah, you're crazy.
yeah, I'm not crazy, but
I don't know.
I mean,
I love. Don't worry. It's really just what personality you like better, honestly.
yeah,
Because I mean, Jaden Daniels he does everything right.
yeah,
He does everything right, and it's hard to knock him for that. But Caleb Williams just has that. He just has that transcendental type of talent.
current Heisman Trophy winner.
Well, Caleb Williams is also Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah.
So
But Jaden Daniels is the current.
you can act like he doesn't show up in big moments. Okay, well, how many bowl games did Jaden Daniels win?
Probably more than Caleb Williams.
Probably a lot. Yeah, and you're right.
He's also SEC.
Caleb Williams obviously played in.
Yeah, but he played with Lincoln Riley.
Okay, just because I don't have all the stats up in front of me doesn't mean they didn't win in big moments, dude.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
but I mean, his Caleb Williams' schedule is a lot more.
You
softer
just
than
don't like the
Jaden Daniels.
nails. You just don't like him painting his nails.
No, it's not the nails.
admit
Like,
it.
he's also kind of a prima donna.
Oh
in my
yeah,
opinion.
just a little.
All right. Anyways,
there you go. That's
the
there,
Patriots.
there it is. That's the real reason
I think
why.
the Patriots, because you think Commanders are gonna go to Jaden Daniels. I think the Patriots are gonna get Drake May. Because they need a quarterback really bad. They've had nobody to replace Tom Brady. Those are pretty big shoes to fill. Oh, very big shoes to fill. So I think you get your Justin Herbert and Drake May.
I get mine.
Or,
I'm not
Patriots.
Patriots.
More style Patriots.
Do you not see that the jerseys
Yeah, I
behind me?
was specifying the Patriots, but you get what I'm saying. So I think they're gonna go quarterback this draft because they need one really bad. But I mean, I could see Gerard Mayo taking a wide receiver, but that's just me.
I can see him trading out of the pick.
Really?
Yeah.
They need a quarterback bad though, bro.
I think it's between them and the Cardinals. Good trade out of that pick. I don't know. I think it's unlikely. I think they're probably gonna. That's probably how the board's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Because you can't. I mean, dude, you're picking in the top 3. Take a quarterback. Listen for a Broncos fan. Take a quarterback.
Oh yeah, you could ask Josh
Just ta-
Allen
yeah, exactly. Just
for Bradley.
even if he's not good for the first 2 years, just take a risk on him.
for Bradley Chubb's not on your team anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Cardinals, Karen.
Like I want to say something really quick. As we're getting close to the draft, I think the teams that aren't just taking the obvious pick are the teams that are going to suffer. Where it's like, okay, your team needs a quarterback. Take one. Just take one. See how they pan out. If you're bad for 2 years, and guess what?
I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
I don't know. I have some opinions on the team that needs a quarterback later, but we'll do the Cardinals pick right now. Which honestly, high chance of them trading this pick. High chance. I think it's not 0 for them to trade this pick to the Vikings. So
is that
if it were just my mock draft, I would do that. But because this is a shared mock draft, obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a Arizona Cardinal in this situation. Come on, guys, come on. Like, what are we talking about here? Oh, they're going to trade. They're going to trade to 11. No, the Cardinals are going to move down to 11 and not get Roma Dunze, Malik Neighbors, or Marvin Harrison Jr.
The only for real one I thought would happen is if the Cardinals trade down with or just swap picks with the Giants because they still get Malik Neighbors, and then the Giants would pick JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, in that situation, yes. But
I could totally see the Giants trade up for JJ McCarthy.
I think the Giants could stick and pick. I don't think they're going to move up at all.
Yeah, because if they could get him right there, why would they? Or they think they can? Because the only way I think is that the Giants really think the Chargers are going to get JJ McCarthy.
No, the Giants are going to call the Cardinals bluff because the Cardinals are going to try and bluff and say, "Oh, we're going to trade down and we're going to get all these picks." It's like there is not any chance in hell the Cardinals are going to pass up on a top tier wide receiver if he's sitting right there on the board. 0%. I'm sorry. You can't. Like, people have to stick with the players that are good.
Yeah, I know.
Like, come on.
And Kyler Murray needs a weapon, like a legit weapon. Not,
yeah, people talking about Marvin Harrison as a Hall of Fame type of talent.
Well, his dad was.
Yeah, like they are not moving down to 11. I'm telling you what. If the Giants want to move up and go try and pick with the Cardinals, that's their only choice. But as the board's fallen, it's like, yeah. No way. If I'm the Cardinals, I'm passing up Marvin Harrison. No way.
This pick's going to be fascinating because this is a huge... Because this... it depends on who's going to pick the players more. Is it going to be Chill? We're on pick 5, by the way. Who's going to be more center...
They can see it. They can see this little tiny screamer where they're following along with us on our mock draft.
Oh, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is... I could see the Chargers getting Malik Neighbors or Brock Bowers. Because here's the thing. If Brock Bowers is generational talent, they're not getting him unless they trade up like in a later pick. But since we're not doing trades, I'm gonna have the Chargers getting Brock Bowers. I just think that's more of their pick, and it's a tight end. Like, I mean, Fouts had Kellen Winslow, Phillip Rivers had Antonio Gates. Now Herbert needs his Antonio Gates in Brock Bowers. Generational tight end, generational talent, big physical guy. That's what Harbaugh loves. I mean, you saw the tight ends he got in the offseason. Just big physical blocker guys. And now he needs a guy that could get deep and catch Justin Herbert's balls.
Oh, he catches balls? Nice.
Yeah, catches balls just right in his hands.
They need somebody to replace, all those catches that Keenan Allen had. And Mike Williams.
Oh, and considering the
dude, their target vacuum is insane.
And since
there's like a 384 vacated targets or something. I don't know the exact numbers. Also, but that's a large amount of targets to vacate.
Well, also because Brock Bowers is a tight end, because the NFL is stupid and they decided to ban the hip drop. How are you gonna bring out Brock Bowers on a hip drop?
Oh yeah, I'm also selecting players based on the recent rule changes because
That was so dumb they did
no,
that.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty much every corner in this draft is gonna get pushed down because of that. So a
Yeah,
lot of
they
a lot of
really.
corners lost a lot of money because of that
It's
rule.
always the defense that gets screwed by
Oh
these
yeah,
rule
of
changes.
course
You
it
notice
is.
that?
Of course it is. Yeah, and that rule favors tight ends so hard because like
Yeah.
that one of the examples that they brought up was Mark Andrews, and then all of a sudden like one of those hip drop tackles that tore his Achilles. Now all of a sudden that doesn't exist. You can't tackle him like that now, or else 15-yard penalty. But then it's like, okay, great. Then you have Brock Bowers type of guy just barreling down the field, nobody can tackle him, or it's a 15-yard penalty.
Exactly. But
It's a weird rule, man. It's
yeah,
a
well,
weird
it's not
it's
a
a weird
weird.
body
It's,
mechanic.
it's not weird. It's a bad rule. Like that's you.
Fortunately, that's the limitations
I don't
of the
know
human
how
body,
do you
man.
expect to play football and not think at some point you're not gonna get hurt.
Oh, yeah, I think it's either going to be resolved with just straight up waivers, like straight up just like, all right, I know I accept these risks of getting injured. Well, I mean, they probably do that anyway, but I don't know. They're trying to make the game safer.
It's not working.
They say it's up to 20 times more likely that you're going to get injured on that play.
I want to see the stats behind that.
I kind of believe it. Just how the mechanics of the tackle work is that it stresses so much of your body at one time, and your body you don't really work out like that.
Yeah, but I mean, remember Mark Andrews was back within season, like that example. He was
Yeah, but
back
he shouldn't have
in
been
the
injured
playoffs.
at all.
I mean, also, but I mean,
Yeah,
somebody
that-
put this. The quarterback threw the ball there, so if you want to blame anybody, blame the quarterback.
That was how the play was designed.
But-
And the NFL wants their star players in.
Anyways, we're on number
But
6 now.
regardless of that, I think that's going to impact the draft a lot because I
Oh,
feel like
well.
defense players are going to start slipping in the draft simply because it's more valuable to load up on offense now.
Yeah,
Like just by virtue of how the game is now. So it leads us to pick 6. Now, Giants have two ways they can go with this. They can either draft their quarterback now because they feel like, oh, we're not going to be at 6 next year, or they can wait a year, get their tackle of the future, or their super weapon of the future,
yeah.
and just play Daniel Jones' contract out and just let him leave and then draft a guy later, which I'm thinking they're gonna do.
Really?
They're gonna see Malik Neighbors just sitting up on their board and they're gonna take him because look, I'm hearing the JJ McCarthy noise, and he had a good pro day. Guys, come on, they're dropping $41 million on him. It is not. It is not. It can economically speaking, the Giants are not going to take a quarterback. They might. Don't get me wrong. I could be I could be dead wrong right now, but I know they're probably interested in JJ McCarthy. But I don't see them going quarterback. I see them going receiver, and obviously Malik Neighbors is.
No, they need. A
If
star.
Marvin Harrison wasn't in here, Malik Neighbors would be wide receiver 1.
Well, they need a star right now.
He's a stud, absolute stud.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that the Titans get a quarterback on their needs, but whatever. This seems like a total Tennessee Titans pick. Joe Alt.
Yeah, plug and play.
Yeah, I think they won't beef up that O line, especially since they have Will Levis. Will Levis shows some promise, but he's still young, still rookie, and he only played half a season. And I don't know why the Titans were like, you know what, we're building a team. Let's get rid of our head coach. That's a brilliant idea. Our head
Right.
coach that got us the AFC Championship game in years.
Well, and also I'm also thinking that the Titans they're forecasting out a few years in the future. So
Yeah.
they're like, if Will Levis pans out this year because he has a solid protection, solid offensive line, they already beefed up with DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley. So if Will Levis starts winning,
Yeah.
then they have their tackle of the future, then bam. If not, okay, we'll just get a new quarterback then. Offensive line's already built. Still got the weapons for a few more years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just gonna hold
La-di-da.
out.
There you
And,
go.
I mean, it's the Titans too. The Titans will pay old, like 29-year-old Calvin Ridley, but they won't pay AJ Brown that money.
Yeah,
which I
which
thought
is
was really funny.
weird.
Like, wow, you'll pay him, but not
Yeah,
AJ
they paid 2 older players
instead of AJ Brown.
instead of yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, they are
Anyways.
very funny. Very
We
funny
are.
indeed.
Anyways, who do you think the Falcons are gonna
I
get?
believe the Atlanta Falcons are just gonna beef up that D line, and they're gonna take the freak show that is known as Byron Murphy II out of the University of Texas.
Really?
Yeah, they want somebody that's gonna play next to Grady Jarrett, maybe an eventual heir to Grady Jarrett.
Over Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, I feel like the secondary doesn't need as much help as their D line does, because just
Well, they got
yeah,
Jalen Johnson back.
you know Grady Jarrett. Who else do you know on the offensive line? No offense to the offensive lineman there or the defensive line there, but who out of Grady Jarrett do you know on the D line right now?
Outside of them, nobody.
Precisely. You'll know about Brian Murphy. He's definitely that type of talent, and yeah. It feels like the Atlanta Falcons just have not beefed up that D line in a minute too. So I feel like they would, if they have a chance to get a top tier tackle or to have top tier 3 technique or 5 technique, they'll take it.
Yeah.
They'll take them for sure.
Yeah, they got to build that line.
I could see them going corner, but like I said, with the rules favoring the rule changes how they are, you're gonna want to beef up 3 spots: wide receiver, tight end, D line, because now all of a sudden your D line doesn't do hip drop tackles. So if you have a solid front 4 now,
This is gonna be.
Lock
Dude,
it
that
down.
rule is gonna really mess up the league.
yeah,
this
but you
year.
gotta be realistic though. You gotta be realistic about it.
That rule's gonna jack up the league. But anyways, okay, so the Bears are on the clock. I have them getting Rome Odunze,
What a heist!
wide
for the
receiver
Bears.
out of Washington. I know they've got 2 good wideouts. They have one in DJ Moore and in Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen's 32 years old.
Can you imagine if the Bears didn't have the 1 pick that they traded with Carolina?
The Panthers are stupid.
Can
dude.
you imagine they would have had to have drafted Roma Dunze
if
for
you're
Justin Fields?
No, if you're in Carolina, if you're a Carolina fan, you should be sweating because your team's not gonna be good for a while now.
What embarrassment of riches the Bears would have after this draft. They'll have Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and Roma Dunze for Caleb Williams
With Caleb Williams.
and DeAndre Swift.
Yeah,
If Caleb Williams doesn't win Rookie of the Year,
Yeah, dude.
I was about to say quarterback.
The
Rookie of the Year.
Bears fleece the Panthers.
Yeah,
It's absolutely
all
fleeced them.
time fleeced.
Yeah, because
All time.
Well, 2 top 10 picks. That's already crazy. And who they got too? It's even crazier.
That offense is going to be crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like if the Bears don't, if Caleb Williams doesn't throw for over 4,000 yards,
Yeah.
that'd be a major disappointment.
And they got DeAndre Swift now too. You forgot about that.
Yeah.
And Roshan Johnson.
If they can't put that all together, man, what are they doing? What are they doing?
They have that. If it doesn't work this year, it's Eberflus for sure.
Oh yeah, of course. It's gonna be.
I mean,
think,
I still think it's Eberflus because he sucks, but
it's probably gonna be Eberflus even after the season. So, all right, better question: does Belichick go to the Bears?
no.
You don't think so? You don't think
If-
he takes a year off?
If
goes to the
Dayball
Bears?
sucks this year, he's going to the
all right,
Giants.
all right.
I think that's
We'll
what I
roll with
believe.
it. We'll roll with it.
All right.
All right, so that leads to the pick number 10, the Jets. Does everybody? I think everybody in the NFL knows that they're gonna try and get a tackle. They're
Yeah.
gonna just. They're gonna.
It's pretty stout right now.
They're gonna do everything in their power to draft a tackle. Just keep Aaron Rodgers upright. I could see them go edge rusher though. Strangely enough,
Really.
I could see them go.
Well, they
get
got to
another edge
replace Bryce
rusher.
Huff.
Yeah, they got to replace Bryce Huff. Well, they love that rotational piece on the
They
D
do.
line, but they know how to find him later in the draft. So I'm thinking that they're gonna bet on their later selection in the draft, and they're gonna just take best player. There you go, BPA, best player available, and that's gonna be Talis Foyaga at the University of Oregon State.
Really.
All right, wait, do you say wait? Okay, if it's a state university, you say state university, right? You don't say state of
I just say Oregon State.
University of Oregon State. No, you say Oregon State
Well,
University.
I went to
right?
Boise State, so Boise State. That's how I
Yeah.
always called it.
Anyway,
I'll say
he's.
State of Boise.
Have you seen him play?
Yeah, he's insane.
He's an absolute road grader.
He is. He's
I'm gonna
really good.
love seeing Bruce Hall just run freaking gut route. Not gut route.
Sounds
gut
like-
route.
At this point, I mean, I think it's safe to say
Routes?
this.
Wait, what do you call running backs rushing lanes or routes?
I just call it a hole they just run through.
I guess it's running lanes. Whatever. I would love to
Anyway.
see the kind of running lanes they could establish
Yeah.
with Fuega.
Oh,
Or
we
Foyaga.
got the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're gonna go JJ McCarthy.
They're gonna love that.
Because I've heard nothing but how much they keep raving about JJ McCarthy, been holding workouts with JJ McCarthy. I saw Jim Harbaugh was raving about him today. I'm like, hey, Jim, slow your roll, buddy. You already got a quarterback, all right?
Are you
Don't-
one of
don't
the,
get-
Are you
don't-
one of those people that thinks that they could trade Justin Herbert for JJ McCarthy?
Well, that's always funny when people say that. He has a no trade clause in his contract that he just signed, so no, he's not getting traded.
Okay, all right. Okay, hypothetically, what would he have to go for though? Who are the Vikings? The Vikings have to trade Justin
An
Jefferson.
arm, a leg, both testicles, the other leg.
Testicles.
That was.
Why would
I was
it-
trying to make a joke. You know, it says like, it cost you an arm and a leg. It's supposed to be like.
Why would that? Why would any team want that though?
Because they need more balls. Like, I don't know, the Panthers.
Okay, dude. Let's just, how about we stick to JJ McCarthy? We actually saw him live.
Yeah, we have seen him live.
They
He's
never
good.
really they never really felt like they wanted to turn the ball over to him a lot though. Like
Well-
you know what I mean? Like they never wanted to like have him take control of the game.
He's also against Bama, and Bama's not a team you really want to play fast and loose with.
Yeah, they're gonna have
They're
a bunch,
still a fantastic franchise,
They're
even
gonna
without
have
Saban.
they're gonna franchise. It was
Or
cool.
Franchise, sorry. Collegiate, best school in, not the best school, best college football school.
Best
Well,
best college
with-
football
with Nick
school.
Saban.
You're
When they had Nick Saban, yeah. Well, Boise State. Of course, it's Boise State. Of course, I'm biased, but
yeah, okay. How about we talk about JJ McCarthy though?
I
Did
can
you
see that
actually
happening.
watch the pro day?
Yeah, he did pretty well.
He's pinpoint.
He is very pinpoint.
He's pinpoint.
I think
Justin
he's-
Jefferson's gonna love him.
And he's perfect for Kevin O'Connell.
If the board falls this way, the Vikings gonna run that pick up. We leaving the Broncos just kind of hold the bag because I don't know. I was thinking that Denver's gonna go get a quarterback this draft, but I'm not convinced now that they're gonna get one. Mostly because of the dead cap hit that they took with Russ. I think they might literally just have. They're either gonna trade down, or they're gonna wait for Penix, see what happens with him. But I don't think. I think Denver's gonna go edge, and they're probably gonna go Dallas Turner. They're just gonna go best player available for the edge
Yeah,
rusher
I
because Denver's defense clearly is lacking that sort of that burst, that pass rushing acumen to really get home.
Well, we need your Von Miller back.
They need a freak on the outside, and
Yeah.
Dallas Turner's. I mean, hey, look,
He's
another player we
talented.
saw live. That guy is insane.
Yeah, he's insanely.
He literally
huge,
took
too.
up half of the end zone.
Yeah, like we saw him like, oh
Like,
my
he's
gosh,
like-
that guy's massive.
Having that guy on the edge would be insane for
Yeah,
Denver.
and he's really talented too.
I just don't think that they're going to see their options, they're going to weigh their options for quarterbacks, and they're just going to think, you know what, we're not going to take a quarterback. Let's build up our defense. Let's continue to go after the other guy on the other side of the, because look, they got Mahomes and Justin Herbert in the same division.
Yeah.
Well, what the best way to counter that is either have a quarterback of your own or you get after him.
Yeah.
And I think Denver proved that this year with their win against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah,
that
they
D-line
they
played
sure proved
great
that.
that game. No, the D-line played great
But
that game.
I could see Sean Payton waiting to get a quarterback in the second round. This is a huge quarterback draft too. A lot of good quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah, they have a lot of choices. They have a lot of options.
And then we got the Raiders on the clock.
Also, I think they might stick with Stidham too.
Yeah, they
It's
been
as
much
I know,
chagrin.
as much as hold your nose and freaking just
much
suffer
suffer
through.
through. But I mean, you got at least got a good head coach in Sean Payton. Anyways, for the Raiders, they have my old GM for the Chargers, Tom Telesco. Knowing Tom Telesco, he's going to pick the best player at the best value in the first round. So I'm going to say it's going to be Cooper DeJean.
not because PFF has him as the number 8th player, right?
Well, not just that, but I mean, he's going to get like what the team needs, and he's going to get like this because I mean that's how he got.
You sure about that?
I mean, he got Derwin James at the round he got him, not the round, the pick he got him in. Rashawn Slater fell to him. He's not going to trade up. He's going to let the best player fall to him.
That's
how
not
it
the
usually
Raider
goes.
way, though. Raiders usually
It's
draft
the Tom Telesco way.
They usually draft the guy that you don't expect to draft.
Yeah, I know they do.
They
but
always are the wild card.
Here's the thing: it's Tom Telesco, so that's Cooper DeJean seems like a Raider.
I mean, it could happen.
I mean, it could happen, but
Exactly. This is the hypothetical.
I'd be shocked if Tom Telesco didn't pick him.
I'd be
but
shocked if there are no
I'd be
trades.
I'd be surprised if Mark Davis didn't let Tom Telesco make the pick. I mean, you got him here to pick the player. Why is if Mark Davis is going to pick the player? Why doesn't Mark Davis just be the GM?
No, you
like,
got him to assemble the team, not to pick
like
the guy.
Jerry. Yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, so you think the Saints are going to get?
So, with the board falling as it is, the Saints are probably going to want to start thinking about a replacement for Cameron Jordan. I know they have listed quarterback as their need. They're not taking a QB. They're not going to take one.
Yeah,
That's just not how they are. That's just not how the Saints are. They usually like someone that's old and cheap, or they like someone that can at least make them feel good about themselves, I guess. I don't know. They just don't draft quarterbacks early. They just don't do it.
You got to think of the Saints right now as the 2012 Raiders because that's basically who they have now on their team.
And what do the 2012 Raiders like to do? They like to rush the passer with somebody that could get home against them. So I don't know. I'm tempted to take a D lineman, but I think that they're going to ultimately go cornerback, and then they're going to go with Nate Wiggins out of the University of Clemson.
Really, not even a team need.
Yeah, dude, I'm not listening to the team need. I'm listening to the best player available.
Oh,
And Nate Wiggins to me probably would fit the bill for a Saint because they're gonna need somebody that's gonna cover the inside slot.
yeah, I can see that.
Also, I mean, you got well, especially with the rise of Atlanta with Kirk Cousins. I'm thinking that they're probably gonna
Rise of Atlanta.
they're gonna want to keep that secondary solidified. So
Yeah,
I know it's an unlikely pick, but I think that's probably that would be my pick. I could say I could definitely see him going tackle with that though.
I could too, or wide receiver because
Yeah.
Michael Thomas. I think he feels physical. But for the Colts right now, they already signed Michael Pittman Jr. to a huge extension. We haven't seen Anthony Richardson play much because he got hurt. So I think they're gonna hold out on wide receiver to see what happens with Anthony Richardson and see if he can still ball out like he did like the first few games he played in last season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say this seems like a kind of a Colts pick too. Quinion Mitchell. I'm not saying that because he's a top player. I'm saying that because they do need a corner. They need more defensive backs. So that defense is pretty stout, but they could get over the top of them.
For the Colts?
Yeah, and he's pretty good. Quinion Mitchell's pretty.
Well,
good.
their best corner is a slot corner, and I think that they're going to need somebody that's going to play on the outside too.
Yeah, and I mean they just signed DeForest Buckner to an extension.
I don't know if I would have taken Queen Mitchell though. I think I would have taken Terry Arnold, but that's your.
Oh, I mean,
That's your
yeah,
call.
Terran
That's
Hall's
your.
pretty good.
It's your pick. Well, it's not. Oh no, but now it's my pick.
Yeah, now it's your pick.
So
Seattle, we have them
Seattle, Seattle's always going to go either two options. They're going to go tackle or they're going to go edge. Because that's the Seattle MO in the first round. Outside of JSN last year and Devon Witherspoon last year,
Or outside of trading down too, they do that a lot too.
they do that a lot. Ha.
No, we're funny. give us.
Yeah, it's like I don't think that they're gonna view any of the interior guards or centers as needs
I see that.
that I'm looking at right now. But I was just looking at this one guy. I'm like, man, this is a Seahawk. Jared Verse, edge rusher at a university.
Oh, that'd be good.
I keep saying University of. It's Florida State.
Florida State University.
Florida State University. Yeah, when it's a state school. But Jared Verse is definitely one of the best parts of that whole defense. He's the reason why they were ranked so high for so long until the committee decided that they didn't want him to go to the playoff.
Yeah.
Even though you're undefeated. Stupid.
I mean,
How can you be undefeated and not go to the playoff?
Well, to be fair, they got blown out and they lost. They lost their star quarterback.
Whatever. I don't have to say whatever. You did.
Jordan Travis in this draft too. Sorry, that just came into my mind.
Yeah, you did what you had to do to get to the dance, and you don't get let in because of rules and bias. I don't know if that sits well. They got blown up by Georgia, who also got stuffed.
Yeah, but Georgia's a different animal.
It's like, no, okay, yeah, you're playing a pissed off Georgia. That's not fair.
But they were pissed off too.
Yeah, but they were wounded though too. And unfortunately, that's part of the calculus with the committee.
If Jordan Travis didn't get hurt, they probably would have made the top Final Four.
Yeah, they should have made the Final Four.
But anyways, on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Their star quarterback got hurt this year. Not like severely, but he keeps getting nicked. And I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, if they were smart and not dumb, they would get Troy Futanu? They have Fashanu right below Futanu? Well, that's kind of shocking. Anyways, yeah, I think they need to build up that tackle position. They got to keep Trevor Lawrence upright because that team's not going to go anywhere as long as Trevor Lawrence is. If Trevor Lawrence off the field, they're not going anywhere. Like that team's dead in the water. Like, I mean, he's literally that only kind of good weapon that Jacksonville Jaguars
Fair
have
enough.
right now.
But I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars already brought that up in free agency though. They already addressed that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they would really invest too many more picks in that. But I don't know. Like I said, it's your pick.
I mean,
So-
yeah, but I mean, he's a good tackle. This is a good tackle draft.
All right. So if I am the Cincinnati Bengals,
Tackle.
I'm thinking about tackle because we can't have Burr. I almost said Pervert. We cannot have Burrow go out at all for any reason.
Yeah.
We can't do it. If we lose him, we're done.
Yeah.
As an organization, we're cooked. It's
Fashanu
over.
Sitting right there.
Like Jake Browning was fine, but we can't do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, you also can't let your defense just, waste away. You're gonna probably lose Trey Hendrickson in the next few years.
Yeah,
You're like DJ Reader's getting older, so I'm thinking that they're gonna not address it again because this is how the Bengals are. They don't like addressing needs that they actually need to solve. And they're gonna go Jerson Newton out of the University of Illinois. See, I can finally do University of.
oh, there you go.
He's a freak, absolute freak show, brick house.
That's interesting.
They have to address. They can't just keep throwing all this money at an offensive line and keep throwing this money at a problem, and not address something else in the draft.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
And the Bengals always go smart pick in the draft. And the smart pick is always just go D line.
Yeah,
Because D line's always. It's hard to bust on a D line, honestly.
they've never really done well at D-line, though, the Bengals have.
Exactly. That's why they're going to draft one. That's why they're going to draft one.
Well, who's our last good D-tackle?
Honestly, if the Bengals see Brock Bowers slipping, and they know they could probably make a move up, I wouldn't be shocked if the Bengals made a move up
Yeah,
to try to get Brock.
I would say Fashanu would go to Bengals because they're done without Burrow in the lineup.
I don't think you can't
But
keep throwing.
not
You
my
can't
pick.
keep throwing picks at a problem though.
Yeah, but it's not my pick. But I mean, that still is a good pick. Jazair Newton.
Dude, if you you can watch more tape of him, man. He's a
Millie?
beast.
Yeah.
Well, I know I say tape, but it's like highlight reels.
Yeah. For the Rams, because I saw that they had interest in Brian Burns before the Panthers stupidly were like, no, we'll take less to sell him.
To the Giants.
To the Giants. Yeah, 2 first-round picks for a second and a sixth, right? He got to the Giants?
Yeah,
That's
wild.
stupid. So I think they're looking for edge rusher. I mean, they could tackle. They could go the interior too because they just lost Aaron Donald. But I think they're gonna go Liatu.
Liatu Letu.
Liatu Letu out of edge rusher out of UCLA. That guy is fast off the ball, like insanely fast off the ball.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Like he's just an animal coming off the ball.
He's like XL Troy Polamalu.
Yeah, and he doesn't go very far. He's in LA. It's perfect.
Yeah, we actually saw him. We saw him play too, and
yeah, he was good.
His playing speed was just different than all the people on Boise State. That was actually this game. His speed was a lot. Well, there's a reason why they came back.
He played in that game, Karen.
Yeah, he did.
Are you sure?
I
I
think so.
seen 15, but anyway. You're Pittsburgh.
That's right. I'm next, baby. What's Pittsburgh really need? They kind of revamped their. I don't know if they really need a receiver right now. I think Pittsburgh they usually address receiver late in the draft. They usually always go tackle. They usually go tackle or like
Edge rusher.
like
He's
line.
a lot.
Yeah, they usually. Well, I don't think they need much more edge rushers. They need to keep the whoever's playing quarterback for them upright. So I think I'm gonna take Olu. Okay. I'm gonna say old fashioned now. Oli. How do you pronounce that name, man? That is a great name.
Okay, let me try. Olamuia Fashanu. If I'm pronouncing it exactly as it sounds.
If you for some reason ever watch this, Mr. Fashiono, I'm sorry I mispronounced your name. I have
Fashano.
no idea. That is Olimuia Fashiono. Olimuia Fashiono, something like that. I cannot wait till draft night to see how they try and pronounce his name.
Yeah.
That's dude.
It's like he's gargling water.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
Absolute. Yeah. Like that's my
He's
my biggest comp for you. If you're a brick house, then yeah, you're gonna make it.
I'm kind of shocked actually.
The build is just insane. He's got muscle on muscle.
There's a lot of talent in this draft. I'm kind of shocked he fell to pick 20, like in ours. I'm actually shocked Latu fell that far too.
Well, there's
a lot.
It's a lot of it's because there's a lot of skill positions and there's a lot of D line.
Yeah, a lot of those needs.
Yeah,
but for my pick for the Dolphins, because they just
it's not emblematic of their talent. Like all these talents get picked super late and they're developed super well because they go to better organizations. Yeah. It's not. The draft is really it's a tough thing to like try and grade someone because it's like, oh, this guy was drafted in the 4th round. It's like, okay, but you might be one of the best players on the team. It's kind of a crapshoot because even if the guy is like the guy, you you still might not be the guy.
But anyways, for the Dolphins, scroll down a little bit. I want to see who's on this big board still. For the Dolphins, and I was right here in this spot. What was their O-line this year? The O-line wasn't that good, was it?
They lost a lot of people.
They did. They never signed anybody. That was kind of
They
shocking.
lost a lot of people. They have a
Now-
lot of needs.
I think they're probably gonna go. I think scroll up again. If I were them, now I was looking at this big board. They already have a good center. I would probably go with Alabama guy J.C. Latham out of Alabama.
Is he gonna play? What is he gonna
'Cause
play
he
though?
loves-
You think he's gonna play right tackle?
Because here's the thing, they love Bama players.
Well, he's gonna play right tackle? Because they already got they got Turn Armstrong on the other side.
Probably play right tackle. I mean, you could move him around. He's an Alabama player, dude. I mean, he's a Nick Saban taught. He knows how to. You don't think Nick Saban's gonna teach him how to like play both sides of the ball?
I figured that he probably wouldn't. I figured he'd probably just play wherever they want him to, but
And I mean, that's a good spot for him too. It's,
I don't know.
It's Miami. He's one of Miami.
I feel like Miami might take a receiver at that pick.
they're already loaded at wide receiver.
They don't care. More weapons.
And if Worthy falls that far, I mean, I'd rather just wait for Worthy.
I don't know, man.
You see that picture of
you're
Mike
gonna,
McDaniel?
you take Xavier Worthy at 21?
Did you see the picture with Mike McDaniels and Xavier Worthy when they had that little tryout?
Yeah, he's gushing over him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he loves speed.
He loves fast wide receivers. It's just his whole draft is like
He loves speed.
4-2 wide receivers. This is the whole draft. Oops, all wideouts.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be really funny.
Just
Like,
keep-
I love
you
wide
keep-
receivers. I
you
love
just keep
fast
ro-
wide receivers.
You just keep rotating him in.
Yeah.
All right, so pick 22. We're moving down the Philadelphia Eagles. Imploded last year. They're projecting to just be the 1 seed, and then all of a sudden, just after that Bills game, they just kind of fell apart.
Well, they're gonna keep imploding as long as Nick Sirianni's the head coach.
No, the reason why they imploded is because their offense couldn't move the ball for whatever reason because they're running.
Yeah, but they also just
Their
lost
playbook
Kelsey.
is super simple. The Philadelphia Eagles aren't very complicated, but they run what they run super well.
Yeah, remember they lost to Jason Kelsey too.
Yeah, but I'm a little less concerned on their depth at the offensive line position. I'm more concerned with their depth in the secondary, and that's why I'm going to go Terry and Arnold out of the University of Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, they
do need their back.
their secondary has been terrible.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
Which is kind of, what's kind of weird? Why are they saying they need wide receiver in this one? They have Devonta Smith and AJ Brown.
And Saquon technically too, because he can catch.
Yeah, this is why you can't really go off these rankings because
Goddard.
like,
they still have Goddard,
like,
too?
like, do they really need a wide receiver?
Well, I'll say that, or my pick. Are the Eagles right here? I probably pick Jackson Powers Johnson because they need a center now. And
I
they
could totally see him going that way.
like these are actually both other ways they could go because they love Bama players. It's Hollywood.
No.
It's Hollywood. Well, Howie Roseman's from Hollywood.
Exactly. They're not gonna let a good Alabama corner pass them by, especially with the reputation that the Alabama corners have made for themselves over the past couple of years.
Roseman's gonna look at this and be like either Georgia or Bama because that's all he seems to pick from.
Yeah, well, he's more partial to Georgia in recent
Yeah.
years, but he likes his Bama players too.
Yeah. Oh, Minnesota. Who'd have him get? Remind me again. Who'd you have him get in the earlier rounds?
Minnesota definitely is making moves to move up in the draft. So I'm thinking that they're probably not going to be picking right here.
Yeah, but
So just a little warning.
yeah, I forgot what
They
they
picked
got
JJ
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
And what do they need right now? They need a tackle. They need a tight end. They got Hawkinson.
They need several tight ends.
Yeah, more tight ends. All tight ends.
Honestly, that might be the future, dude. Is just draft a bunch of tight
But
ends.
this team needs a defense.
If you can't hip drop tackle a 6'6" guy, you might as well just all have 6'6" people, right?
Yeah.
Who cares how fast or slow you play?
This team needs a defensive player. There's not really a lot of defensive players on like the next 7 picks. That's kind of weird. Anyway, no, it's Tyler Nubin, but I only need a safety. They signed Harrison Smith, but I think
Well, the way we picked off of what their rankings were is that they pushed the tackles down.
yeah, well, it looks like they need a center, so I'm going
Which
to say
isn't gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. All the tackles
yeah.
are gonna get drafted way higher than this.
fair. Okay, just to be clear, I don't really know what Minnesota Vikings need outside of a quarterback right now, but it looks like according to the needs, they need a center. So I would say they get Jackson Powers Johnson right here.
Great pick.
That's a solid pick.
He's
And if I were
crazy.
their GM, I'd probably be thinking, yeah, we need a center.
He's a
good.
dancer, man.
He is.
He can road grade like the best of them.
He can.
Especially we have an agile guy that could like man your center position, getting a quarterback and a center in the same draft. I think that might be the blueprint. You know, people do quarterback receiver, what the Bears did in this example. I feel like it might be better just to do center or quarterback because now all of a sudden that core of your team is locked down.
Yeah.
Like now, all of a sudden, you know your quarterback's going to be in here, your center's going to be for a long time.
And I think they're going to want to pair that guy up with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, of course. I don't know why you wouldn't want to.
Oh, Dallas. You gotta think like Jerry Jones here too.
Yeah, I'm thinking like
gotta
Jerry.
think like
Trust me,
Jerry.
I'm thinking like Jerry right now.
I'm thinking like Jerry. Living like Jerry.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Jerry right now. So, so the Dallas Cowboys,
They don't ever do
man,
anything.
wow, they let a lot of good people leave.
They did.
Like Michael Gallup's gone. Tony Pollard's gone.
To be fair, those two had bad injuries.
They did pretty significant injuries.
And Tyron Johnson kept getting hurt.
Yeah, they could use
Or Tyron Williams.
a decent boost at most positions. But since Tyron Smith's gone,
Tyron Smith, I keep getting the
and they're going to want they know how their bread's buttered in Dallas. They need a solid offensive line and some beast running backs.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to take Amarius Mims out of the University of Georgia.
Big school. Makes sense.
Yeah, of course. He's a Dallas Cowboy. Come on. SEC college, tackle out of Georgia. Psst. Amarius Mims, you are a Dallas Cowboy in this scenario.
It's either SEC teams or Oklahoma for Jerry, usually.
No, you like drafting smaller school people, too.
He does, but like CeeDee Lamb.
Well, Lane Vander Esch was small school.
He was Boise State.
That's what I'm saying. He loves Boise State people, too, for some reason.
He has a lot of Boise State players with the Cowboys.
All right, now this one's
Oh, the Packers. They did just lost David Bakhtiari.
Can you imagine if they take a receiver?
I don't think they need one, though. I'm not going to lie.
That'd be so funny if they took a receiver.
Now, for this team, they lost David Bakhtiari, who I'm shocked. I don't even think he's gone to the Jets yet.
Dude, his knee's been just
So
cooked.
For the tackle position, I could see them getting, because they just got McKinney, Xavier McKinney from the Giants. They just traded for him. I think they go tackle here with Graham Barton.
Consensus once more.
Well, yeah, I mean, like they already got Xavier McKinney. They don't need a safety.
I think I would have taken Tyler Guyton.
Yeah, but you gotta remember it's the Green Bay dude. They develop players. They don't really take like who you think they're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like nobody thought they were gonna get Jordan Love when they drafted him.
They usually go off consensus. They usually go tackle.
Well, they like their players. Does that make sense? The Packers like their players. They like players that they like. You know what I mean? And they make it work.
It's not inaccurate. All right, pick 26, Tampa Bay. All right, re-signed Baker Mayfield. Re-signed Mike Evans. So I think on offense, mostly they're good. They're probably gonna want to solidify their depth a little bit around the center position. Yeah. Well, like this is what they're saying here, but centers don't get drafted in round 1 usually. So I'm thinking that they get Cooley McKinstry at University of Alabama.
That would actually be kind of solid.
And you could you could tell who they're willing to move in the draft. Don't want to draft receivers. Don't want to draft the quarterback. Already paid the quarterback. Traded the corner away.
Yeah.
Traded Carlton Davis away. So I think that's the position that they're gonna want to move towards, and I think that they're gonna just take. Like I said, I don't listen to the consensus.
Devin White's gone. Sorry to interrupt you, but Devin White's gone too.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I wouldn't be concerned more about linebacker. I'd be more concerned about. Yeah. I'll be more concerned about who they're trading away to get rid of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Clay McKenzie, that would be a solid pick.
He's a beast.
Honestly, I just think he's sliding because there's just so much talent. I think the scouts are like, crap. What do we put here? Like they're all good.
Yeah, this draft is crazy.
Yeah, this is a loaded draft, dude.
Well, because you're getting the remnants from the COVID class that are finally graduating.
Yeah, so like bottlenecked.
You're finally getting the high school recruits from 2020 that are graduating and or becoming eligible for the draft. Like it's
bottlenecked.
Yeah, and a lot of these people came back.
Yeah,
like Caleb Williams probably could have went pro last year.
That's a good theory because I never even thought about COVID like affecting this draft.
Oh yeah, I think we're seeing the tail end of that class.
Now this one,
and they have more time to grow up too. I think.
Right. Now this one pick would be interesting. Actually, no, what am I saying? It's not gonna be interesting. They already got Marvin Harrison Jr. at the top of the round. We already have him getting there. They've got to protect Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. When he's out, they're losing. They're gonna lose. They're not making it to playoffs without him. So, because we saw what happened this year, like without the first stretch, they did okay. It's a young team with rocket scientist. What's his name again?
Oh, Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, Josh.
Oh,
Dobbs.
he was a beast, dude.
They did
That
great
guy
with
was a
Josh
waiver wire
Dobbs,
champion.
but he's a backup. But when they came back, they started going off. So I think they're gonna get from Kyler Murray's alma mater, the University of Oklahoma, Tyler Guyton.
You suck. I was gonna take him as a Bill.
Really, that would have been a good pick too. They gotta fill that defense though, dude.
No, there's gonna be a line in the sand. Some teams are gonna want to just go all defense. Some teams are gonna go all offense. I feel like the team that could pick the lowest ranked defensive players, not based on anything else other than the fact that this is how NFL teams view them, and you have to list people. I think teams are gonna want to draft either players that know how to tackle super well, super high, because they don't want to give up a penalty.
No,
Like, so if you can't tackle well, you're not getting drafted round one. Period. I think that's going to be more accentuated now. Safeties, I think, are going to definitely be a lot. Safety's going to get pushed
Value.
down the draft a lot more, so a lot of the value guys are going to fall out of the top, the bottom of the first round at least.
yeah.
I don't think we're ever going to see a safety drafted like top 10 again, which is crazy to think about because that's such an important spot to play in defense.
But who do you got them getting?
I think they're gonna going back to Buffalo,
Wire.
going back to the pick. I was looking at the board. I'm just like seeing all these defensive players not get taken. I'm like, dude, some of these guys are crazy though. Why would you not take them round one? Anyway,
Well, that has to do with the hip drop. Remember, you're taking that into effect
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it sucks that rule change is gonna
Yeah.
progenerate that. But for the Bills, the Bills are gonna want to follow that philosophy. Obviously, Gabe Davis is gone.
Yeah.
A lot of their veteran class is gone. So I think that they're just gonna want to take a nice double at wide receiver. A nice solid hit, and they're gonna take Adonai Mitchell out of University of Texas.
now. Really?
Yes, sir.
That surprised me coming from you.
Really?
There's a lot of good wide receivers right there.
I know there's a lot. There's a lot of good
Brian
receivers.
Thomas Jr.
At
and
that-
Lad McConkey. I completely forgot about Lad McConkey.
That round 1 to 2 turn for receivers is gonna be nuts. We're gonna see a lot of picks in that round. Especially the second round. There's gonna be a lot of second round wide receivers taken.
Now for the Lions.
Yeah, back to Adonai Mitchell though. I just want to say a few things. Adonai Mitchell he's better Gabe Davis. He's better fit for what the Bills want to do because they want a deep shot guy with a guy that can catch the football.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis, he is such an enigma because when he catches it, he's great, but when he
He has
doesn't
to catch it.
he doesn't. He gets wide open and he doesn't catch the ball, and it's like, dude, how can you create this great separation and you just can't finish the deal? It's like, I don't know. Hopefully he can figure it out with the Jags,
Right.
but yeah, Adonai Mitchell's not going to do that. He's definitely going to be more productive in the Bills' offense for sure.
Now this pick's gonna be interesting. This could be kind of interesting because what do the Lions desperately need that they didn't have last year? Probably secondary, right?
Secondary, easy.
Secondary they did not have. So if I was
Maybe
sitting
interior,
here,
maybe interior D line, maybe
They could
Or
go
maybe-
that, too.
or maybe
they got Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson's a baller, dude.
maybe Ragnow. Maybe you want somebody because Ragnow was playing injured. You might want to think about a replacement for him right now because they don't really have much. This is where you load up on luxury picks.
Yeah, but for them, if Tyler Nubin is, they don't really need a safe. Well, they got rid of C.J. Garner or Chauncey Gardner Johnson, so they need a safety at that position. So I think they're gonna go for Tyler Nubin.
Really,
Yeah.
at University of Minnesota,
Yep.
I could see him doing that. I don't know if they would be willing to commit a first round pick for him because they know they could get safeties in the second round with
Yeah.
Brian because they got Brian Branch last year.
Sandstrom went up to rank 36. They had him going fourth. Anyway, sorry, we got sidetracked because I just saw Mike Sandstrom sitting right there.
I don't know why they're breaking him into the second round. He's definitely a first round pick.
I saw people put him in the fourth round.
It's crazy.
Seems
Crazy. I don't know how you can be a
insane.
part of a national champion and not be at least considered in the 1 or 2 rounds. All right,
Wild.
but now the Baltimore Ravens are on the clock. So what am I? Who is Baltimore? Think about what's Baltimore. What's their
Joe
identity?
Harbaugh's brother.
Yeah, what's their identity though? What they always say what they're gonna do, based on what their free agency moves were. Didn't re-sign Odell.
They didn't.
Only ostensibly they really only have Zay Flowers on the roster. That's
wideout.
that's ostensibly the only name that they have on the roster. So, what does one do? how in the world do you maximize Lamar Jackson, especially after the year that they had? Because they're 14-2. They don't exactly need much to be competing.
Yeah,
They already
they
resigned. They resigned all the people they need to resign. They let people walk. They need to let walk.
They got Derrick Henry.
But what's their idea? Yeah, exactly. They got Derrick Henry. They're not really based around taking wide receiver. They've taken a wide receiver in the first round a bunch now. I think Brian Thomas makes a lot of sense for them.
That'll be.
But they're going to go back to the well and address they're going to address the linebacker position how they always have addressed the linebacker position.
Yeah.
Get the late round guy that's slipping to them. That's going to be Peyton
Queen.
Wilson out of the North Carolina State.
I could totally see that.
Because they're gonna need somebody to fill that spot for them.
Yeah.
That like I know that again this website the team needs
Yeah.
guys pick 3. Like you can't have they have 6 needs.
Yeah. Well, it's
Are you
like
serious?
3, some have 5.
6?
Like
6 positions?
now, the only way that can be consistent if like you need all those picks is if you're like a Carolina Panthers and you need like your entire roster completely redone.
It's like well and that's the website's opinion and I don't agree with I reject their opinion. I reject their premise.
I reject the reality and substitute my own.
Yeah, because it's just like you have to know how Baltimore builds their teams. That's how they usually do it. If they're gonna let you go, they're gonna replace you with the guy in the draft. That's just how they do. Well, I mean that's how every team does it. But
now this next seems hard. What do you give a man that has everything? Because who they lose in the free agency? They didn't lose anybody really in free agency, did they?
I don't remember who they lost.
If they did, it wasn't that big a deal. I don't think. But okay, this one's gonna be interesting.
That part out. I forget it was yawning.
All right, cool. I have no idea. I can see him getting. I can see him getting Sandstrill.
That would be my pick if I was sitting right there, honestly.
That seems like something Shanahan would do.
Yeah, national champion.
And he needs a corner.
So, are you taking Mike Sandstrill?
I'm taking Mike Sandstrill, yeah. I mean, I don't want him to take Mike Sandstrill. I hope he falls to the Chargers. That's just my...
Second round? I don't think he's going to survive the second round.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
If he gets... The Ravens could take him, too. That is Jim Harbaugh's brother's player that he played with in Michigan.
Yeah, but I just don't see the Ravens... I don't see the Ravens neglecting the linebacker position more than they would want to neglect the receivers. Because I think the Ravens...
The Ravers?
The Ravens will wait for a receiver. Especially since now they have Derrick Henry and Mark Andrews.
And it's a run-first team.
And, the rule changes.
That's going to really mess up this league, dude.
Again, I'm telling you, that rule change is going to be a big deal for this draft.
I give that
it's going to weigh especially hard on this one.
I give that rule 1 year, 1 season. And then you have to change it.
Or you have to at least challenge it. Because I think...
How do you get him down?
I think
anyways, let's just focus on the draft right now.
Yeah, that rule change is gonna rock up a few things.
A few things. It's already everybody in the NFL is already pissed off about it. Not everybody, but the defensive players especially are just upset.
All right, so now I am the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm pick 32. I'm the Super Bowl champion. Obviously, everybody's saying that we need to go receiver. Obviously, everybody's saying that there needs to be a receiver. Actually, there's no we with me, the Chiefs.
Yes. Ew, gross.
No we.
Ew, gross.
But I'm speaking as if I'm drafting for them.
Yeah.
And honestly, they're just loving the fact that Brian Thomas Jr. is just sitting right there for them. He's the next great wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. I freaking hate it. I hope they don't do it. Don't draft him.
I don't see them doing it.
Say don't draft him, please.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give my opinion on this. I don't think they're gonna pick a wide receiver.
You don't think they're gonna take a receiver?
Yeah, I just think it's the hubris of the Chiefs to be like, yeah, we can keep because they won a Super Bowl without both Tyreek Hill and basically nobody at wide receiver last year and the year before that. So I think they'd be like, yeah, we got I'll just go to the download tab. I think their hubris gonna get the better. I'm like, we don't need a wide receiver. We're fine where we're at because they did just get Hollywood Brown, and they got Rashee Rice, who's pretty good. Travis Kelce, I think we're gonna start. I think this is the year Travis. I'm gonna predict it now. I think this is the year we start seeing Travis Kelce.
There we go.
Slowly fade away, and there it is.
All right, there's our completed results for the mock draft.
Here at the Bros Bowl.
Thoughts?
Thoughts? I think a lot can happen. Notes or not? No,
Okay,
no, I don't
yeah.
want to
So,
say
all right,
notes.
we'll add this in post, but we'll add little arrows for what we think
Yeah,
actually is probably going to happen. I think Cardinals going to move down. What happened?
I
What do we
think.
change about this?
Okay, so here's my theory. I think the Giants are gonna panic and be like, "Oh my
And move
gosh,
up?
The Vikings might get the guy. Oh, the Vikings might get the guy." And be like, Cardinals, we'll trade. We'll swap picks.
They won't just swap fix. They want something more.
They'll get Malik Neighbors. So they already have like I can see the Cardinals getting Marvin Harrison Jr. or Malik Neighbors.
I just, I think it. Okay, I'm thinking the Cardinals probably move down with the Giants because I think the Giants have a better deal than the Vikings. I think that they take JJ McCarthy. I think Cardinals move down to 6, so that means that at 5, Chargers are sitting there with Marvin Harrison Jr. Giant need a receiver, so they take Marvin Harrison. Then at 6, we have the Cardinals going Malik Neighbors because all of a sudden now they need a receiver, but they don't want to get caught with their pants down.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, at 7, you're sitting there with Brock Bowers, and I mean the whole board kind of opens up after that.
This is why I don't think they're gonna.
And I think the Vikings are gonna get screwed, and they're gonna probably end up either with Penix or Bo Nix.
This is why I don't think the Chargers are gonna trade the. People are saying the Chargers traded the Vikings. So they say they're open to trading the fifth overall pick. This is why I don't think it's gonna happen with the Vikings because the Vikings are 11, and if you're the Chargers, like all the good offense, like Brock Bowers, Malik Neighbors, they're gonna be gone. So I don't know why you trade down, unless Ortiz or Harbaugh think they can get Brock Bowers at 11 before the Jets can. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't know.
Or the Bears.
Well, I think they're gonna want to pick. They're gonna choose. They're gonna decide. It's either gonna be Brock Bowers or Marvin Harrison, Mr. Chargers fan.
Well, this is why
I'd take Marvin Harrison, honestly.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Giants make. I can see the Giants panic and be like, "Oh, we gotta trade up because we know the Vikings are gonna get him." What if we go for the? Why do we trade one with the Arizona Cardinals? They get JJ McCarthy, and the Chargers get Marvin Harrison Jr.
I just said that.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to reaffirm it.
Yeah, thanks for repeating what I just said, buddy. Thanks. Great content.
I don't. Because I think the Cardinals will be happy with League Neighbors. I think they're happy with you.
I don't know. I don't like this one run that we have. We're just 3 corners in a row. I feel like there's gonna be 3 tackles instead right there, and then the corners are gonna get pushed down.
Yeah, I mean the problem is like we got to take free agency into mind too.
Yeah, and I think we're still kind of judging players based off of before the rules. So it's kind of tough to value players not with that rule in mind.
That rule's gonna change a lot. They got. I don't know.
They're gonna call that so much.
They did that.
They're gonna call that a lot, even if it's really not a hip drop.
But here's the thing: a lot of these rules have been against the defense.
Yeah, of course.
What do the offense have to like? Well, like somebody said it today. It's like, well, I mean, what if the quarterback throws a bad ball to somebody and he has to like reach out to get it? I mean, isn't that the quarterback's fault too to put him in those positions? Because that's what Tom Brady was saying. Tom Brady said, like, if I saw like I think a player's gonna get hurt, I just threw the ball away.
Well, yeah, because you want to keep the guy around.
Yeah, and he was smart because he's Tom Brady. He was smart enough to know like that's why he stayed in the league for so long.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd move all the tackles up, and then I'd swap them out with some of the corners that we took. Except outside of maybe, I'd say probably Raiders probably going to take a tackle. Saints probably going to take a tackle, and the Colts are probably going to take a corner, but I don't think it's going to be that one. I think it's probably going to be Cooper DeJean instead. And then let's see. Yeah, I think Jared. I think honestly, consensus pick. Let's go over our consensus pick. I think obviously Caleb Williams is going to be 1.
Yeah.
I think we can both agree Jane Daniels probably gonna be 2 now at this point.
Yeah, I think
his pro day was insane. Dude, did you watch Jane Daniels' pro day?
Yeah, it was insane. He's spectacular.
Dude, he's crazy.
Drake May is good, but
wait, did Jane Daniels even have his pro day? Maybe cut this part out. I don't know if he had his pro day. I shouldn't say.
Yeah, you shouldn't say stuff.
Shouldn't say things like that. Okay,
right.
yeah, consensus. Okay, the only consensus pick I can really think of in this draft is Jared Verse to the Seahawks. That's like my. I think that's my one slam dunk pick. That's my one I would put a lot of money on that because I feel like if he falls to them, he's getting taken there.
I guess him going to the Saints too.
Or the Saints too would be a good selection. I don't know. Donnie Mitchell on the Bills would be kind of dangerous. I think.
I think they'll get Brian Thomas Jr. before they'll get Adonai Mitchell though. That's just me.
All right, everybody. That's our 2024 mock draft 1.0.
Yep, 1.0.
Probably gonna revisit it in a few weeks if any No, I think it's
With
breaking
2.0.
or 1.5. I mean,
1.5.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll do half a
it might,
draft.
yeah, it might,
It's cut in half.
It might not have changed much. That'd be a problem.
We're only gonna do the half the teams in the first round. We'll do 16 teams.
That's that, everybody.
All right, how it going?